Tapescript 10.28.1.
A. He was really happy. B. I was very bored. C. They were in my bedroom. D. It was a very good robot. E. We were all in his bedroom. F. She was very rude.
End of Tapescript 10.28.1. Tapescript 10.28.2.
A. Bisay wasn't tired. B. Bisay was bored. C. Sam was angry with Bisay. D. Sam wasn't excited. E. They were at Liwan's house. F. They weren't at school.
End of Tapescript 10.28.2. Tapescript 10.28.3.
Where were you after school last week?
I was at the lake.
Were you alone or were you with your friends?
I was with my mom and dad.
Why were you at the lake?
We were there fishing for carp.
Your mom and dad are very old, were they? Were they good?
They were great. They were the best.
End of Tapescript 10.28.3. Tapescript 10.28.4.
A. Where were you after school last week? B. Were you alone? C. Were you with your friends? D. Why were you at the lake? E. Were they good?
End of Tapescript 10.28.4. Tapescript 10.28.5.
Good morning, Mr. Sowan. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for asking.
Did you do anything interesting last week?
Yes, I went for a walk in the jungle.
Was it very hot?
Yes, it was. And I saw a hole under a tree.
How big was it?
It was very big. It was a big cave.
Was it dark?
Yes, it was. It was very difficult to see. There was a river in the cave.
Was the river deep?
Yes, it was very deep. I swam into the next cave.
Were there two caves?
Yes, there were two caves.
Were you frightened?
Yes, I was. I was lost in the caves.
How long were you in the caves?
I was in the caves for about 3 hours. I was very happy when I saw the sun and the trees.
End of Tapescript 10.28.5. Tapescript 10.28.6.
Number 1. Was it very hot?
Yes, it was.
Number 2. Was the hole small?
No, it was very big.
Number 3. Was the cave dark?
Yes, it was. Very difficult to see.
Number 4. Was the river deep?
Yes, it was very deep.
Number 5. Were there 3 caves?
No, there were 2.
Number 6. Were you sad?
No, I was frightened.
Number 7. Were you happy to see the sun?
Yes, I was.
End of Tapescript 10.28.6. Tapescript 10.29.1.
Last Thursday night at 7 o'clock, Liwan was taking pictures of birds. He was walking through the playground when he saw a fire. An old empty building near the playground was on fire. Li Wan pulled out his camera. He was taking pictures of the fire when the fire trucks pulled up. The firefighters jumped out. They hooked up their horses. While they were fighting the fire, Li Wan was taking more pictures. The firefighters were fighting the fire and Li Wan was taking pictures when the rain started. The rain had put the fire out. The firefighters were clapping and Li Wan was cheering. The fire was finally out.
End of Tapescript 10.29.1. Tapescript 10.29.2.
1. Was taking. 2. Was walking. 3. Was taking. 4. Were fighting. 5. Was taking. 6. Were fighting. 7. Was taking. 8. Were clapping. 9. Was cheering.
End of Tapescript 10.29.2. Tapescript 10.29.3. A. Li Wan was taking pictures of birds. B. He was taking pictures. C. They were fighting the fire. D. The firefighters were clapping. End of Tapescript 10.29.3. Tapescript 10.29.4.
A. He was walking through the playground. B. Li Wan was taking more pictures. C. The firefighters were fighting the fire. D. Li Wan was cheering.
End of Tapescript 10.29.4. Tapescript 10.29.5.
1. Sally, Adrian and Ryan were skipping. 2. Melissa was watering the flowers. 3. Caroline was combing her sister's hair. 4. Brian was tying up his shoelaces. 5. Angela was tickling Brad's feet. 6. Albert was swimming in the sea. 7. Karen and Oscar were having a picnic. 8. Michael was swinging on an old tire.
End of Tapescript 10.29.5. Tapescript 10.29.6. A. Mr. Peereth was driving his motorcycle home. B. Mr. Peereth was speeding through the streets. C. Mr. Peereth wasn't paying attention and was driving too fast. D. The police officer was directing traffic. E. Mr. Peereth wasn't feeling happy when he arrived home from work. End of Tapescript 10.29.6. Tapescript 10.29.7.
A. Positive. She was feeling tired. Negative. She was not feeling tired. Question. Was she feeling tired? B. Positive. She was reading her book. Negative. She was not reading her book. Question. Was she reading her book? C. Positive. She was watching the rain. Negative. She was not watching the rain. Question. Was she watching the rain? D. Positive. She was coming home. Negative. She was not coming home. Question. Was she coming home?
End of Tapescript 10.29.7. Tapescript 10.30.1. It was just before 7 o'clock last Wednesday night. Levan was cycling home after visiting his friend. The road was clear and he was riding his bike carefully. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the shadow of a bird flew out in front of him. Levan pulled hard on the brake, but it was too late. He got off his bicycle, but, to his surprise, there was nothing there. While he was searching for the bird, he felt a cold wind on his face, and a strange feeling that sent shivers down his spine. He was still looking for the bird when a policeman stopped behind him. The policeman walked up to him and asked if he needed help, so Levan told him what had happened. He didn't seem surprised when Levan told him about the bird. Earlier this year, a minor bird had died in the area. His grave is near here, said the policeman. You're not the first to have seen his ghost here, he said in a scary voice. Oh no, it's a Vong, Levan cried. End of Tapescript 10.30.1. Tapescript 10.30.2.
A. Levan was cycling home. B. He was riding his bike. C. A bird flew out in front of him. D. Levan pulled hard on the brake.
End of Tapescript 10.30.2. Tapescript 10.30.3.
A. He was searching for the bird. B. He was still looking for the bird. C. A policeman stopped behind him. D. The policeman walked up to him. E. Levan told him what had happened. F. He was buried in a grave near here.
End of Tapescript 10.30.3. Tapescript 10.30.4.
A. She was running really fast. B. He was running faster than Batai. C. She checked her pockets for her money. D. She sprinted after the boy. E. She opened her bedroom door. F. She saw her money.
End of Tapescript 10.30.4. Tapescript 10.30.5.
A. Beside was having fun with her friends when a weird object appeared in the sky. B. The object became red while the people were watching it. C. When the UFO disappeared, it was flying fast. D. Nobody could explain it because they were having a very weird experience.
End of Tapescript 10.30.5. Tapescript 10.30.6. Aruni was whistling. Vatai and Levan were looking at a photograph. Pisai wasn't talking to Sam, she was sleeping. Sam was sitting next to Pisai. Sam wasn't drawing on the board. End of Tapescript 10.30.6. Tapescript 10.30.7.
1. Was Aruni looking at the students? No, she wasn't. 2. Were Vatay and Liwan arguing? No, they weren't. 3. Was Pisay crying? No, she wasn't. 4. What was Sam reading? He was reading a book.
End of Tapescript 10.30.7.